Hello and welcome back, my fellow mages and mystics, to this apocalyptic rift activity day. I have a bowl, or 3 bowls, and a cooking pot going in the pit kiln so we can start making some meals. I have a fair amount of food to stay fresh for quite a bit longer. I did cut the food spoilage in half for this, cut it down by 50% for this Let's Play, because I wanted to focus more on showcasing mods as well as just playing and having fun. I also turned off for this play session. I'll probably leave it off until it's needed. The Visible Terra Preta. So, I wanted to talk today about, for one, I wanted to talk about a mod. I wanted to showcase, spotlight, or have a conversation about one of the mods I use in this Let's Play. It's called Primitive Tools. And it's pretty cool. As you can see, I have a bucket. I don't have copper. I don't have a saw. How do you get a bucket this early? Well, and the one mod I have is called VS Villages. You can find villages that have a well, and by the well there will be sitting a bucket. So I figured I could go out in the world, find a village that has a well nearby, and just grab the bucket. But that's not the case. I went on a bit of an adventure. There's shale down here, which this is going to come into importance at a later date. Maybe some building montages and some things like that. There's a village here. I thought this might have a bucket. This village did not have a bucket. This village had a bear. So I marked it and I GTFO'd, because I am nowhere near preparing for dealing with wolves, let alone bears. So I just marked it and I got out. I bailed. There's no other villages around that I haven't discovered. I worked on our quote-unquote roof a little bit. I gathered some dirt, and as you just seen, I just finished ringing the garden plot. So how did I get a bucket? Primitive Tools, the mod. As you can see there in the tooltip, the durability, the tool tier, the mining speed, attack, blah 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 blah. Down at the bottom it says Primitive Tools. You can make these with a stone hammerhead by napping out, flint, and rope. And rope is easy to make. It's that, or I made it with grass because I have the copper scythe. I could mow down the grass like a madman. So I made that. And I made the splitter, which is, you can nap that out of flint and use rope and you get that. And if you combine them in your crafting grid with, I use some of this pine, put it like this, put this under it, put this under, you get planks. So I'm not going to use these for basically skipping the copper age. They are going to go right there, and I just wanted to get a bucket so we could start talking about farming and crops. So we're going to talk about a few things. So I have to get that up, pick that back up. If you press control, you can fill in these water holes and hoe by right click, pressing and holding right click. You can hoe the ground. And now we have farmland. So before we put anything on the farmland, I'll talk about something. Okay, there's moist farmland. You see in the tooltip at the top of the screen, nutrient levels 80% N, 80% P, 80% K. N, P, and K stands for, as you can see here, there's 3 different nutrients in farmland. There's potassium, nitrates, and nutrient N, K, P, N. So, alright, say I wanted to plant a bunch of flax. That is a K crop. If I planted this here, since this is terra preta, it has K. As you can see, the top nutrient level is 80% K. Now, why is that not 100%, you might wonder? Well, farmland in Vintage Story is very similar to farmland soil in real life, in the real world. Different crops have different nutrients. Now you see at the top, this says moist farmland, low fertility. Nutrient levels 25% N, 25% P, 25% K. Growth speed 66%. Yeah, it very much so in this game, unlike another block game. It does matter where you hoe your fields, where you put your fields, where you put your crops. So, yeah, pay attention to that. And this is the reason why I am so obsessed with the terra preta, because this has 120% growth speed. So this will grow a lot faster. But if I planted a whole bunch of flax in this row here, which is what I plan on doing, you will notice in time that the nutrient that is needed for flax to grow, the crops will basically eat the nutrients out of the earth. They eat the nutrients. You know, plants, they have to eat too, and what they eat is the nutrients of the soil. So it matters very much so where you put your farmland. So you can't just go find a spot by the water, throw your seeds in the ground, and expect them to grow. Now, with all the nutrients and everything being said as well, if you look at this, cold resistant until -5 degrees Celsius, heat resistant until 40 degrees Celsius. And that's -1 to 40, -5 to 35. Your seasons up in the top, up here, it's spring. It's 15 degrees Celsius. So that matters where you put your crops as well. What time of year. Crops don't like to grow in the winter. I believe there's also, I have not had a chance to play with this mechanic yet, so I'm not 100% sure. It's 100% sure that it's in the game, but I believe you can also make greenhouses, which will help you grow crops earlier. You start planting and growing them earlier in the season until later in the season. So now we have a row of farmland ready to sow. So we should be able to just throw our seeds in the ground and let them go until they grow, right? Right? Yeah, that's how it works. You put your seeds in the ground and they grow. Not yet. I am ready to plant. However, my farmland is not protected. And what I mean by that is also, just like in real life, we have some concerns about putting our seeds in the ground at this juncture. So when I get done doing this, let's talk about farming pests. We are in a fairly temperate area, and we have animals wandering around. There's birds, there's rabbits, there's chickens. But rabbits in particular. Rabbits rabbits are the bane of farming in this game. For a very good reason. You put your seeds in the ground unprotected. You will go away like we're doing now, just wandering away from our farmland. We will come back and have absolutely no seeds left. All of our seeds will be dead. Oh, shoot. Wolf. I have spears. Is he still chasing me? He's not chasing me. Oh, there's a couple. Oh, there's a fawn over there. Okay. That was very close. We have wood in the house. We'll just go and use that. Yep. I made these spears because of being an apocalyptic rift activity day. We had some drifter issues, but we won't talk about that at this juncture. I don't want to use my pine. I probably should use my pine. I can get more of that. And yes, I have been looking for resin in the pines. So we need some fence. It takes sticks and it takes logs with an axe. So the best way to deal with rabbits is to build a garden fence. And that's what we're going to do. But however, I am out of sticks. So I am going to have our gate I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to have a gate right here going into our farmland. So, how do rabbits spawn in the world? Not just in your farm, but in the world in general. How do they spawn? Well, you see this stuff right here? Grass? Anywhere where a grass can grow, except on farmland. So any of this stuff here, rabbit can spawn on that. So yeah, that is that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hoe all of this between episodes and put our fence. And as you see, I just needed the wood and sticks, and it made 32 per 8 pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I might stay away from that wolf for one and just go around these things here. See, this will drop a stick. Oh no, that won't. That's a red currant. That's a red currant berry, a red currant bush. Leaves. Oh, there's raspberries. Oh, black currants. Let's get a little fruit in our life. And we'll grab these seeds. They were spelt. Oh, they're rye. Okay, that's good. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. I'm going to bust up a bunch of leaves and get that. I'm going to gather some more wood and some other stuff, and we'll work on... Oh yeah, this is the meteor. I'll work on getting everything planted between episodes so that we can have flax. I'm going to grow onions, I'm going to grow cabbages, and then I'm going to put them in the ground, and then we're going to see where we wind up with that, and possibly put some other stuff in the ground. So, I hope this episode was informative on vintage story farming. And until the next episode, guys, stay magical, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.